Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, the Honorable Ibu Dr. Anda Jamilah MPD and all of the audiences here. So, before starting my presentation, I would like to introduce myself first. I'm Ainayya Nabilla from HESS class, and in this occasion, I would like to present my literature-based review entitled Traditional versus Digital Note Making, which one enhances learning better. Alright, move to the table of contents. To overview the contents of my presentation, there will be introduction, making notes in education, traditional note-making methods, digital note-making methods, comparison of traditional and digital note-making, and the last one is about conclusion. All right, the first content is about introduction, why I make this literature reviewed best paper entitled Traditional versus Digital Note Making, which one enhances learning better. So, note making is a critical academic skill that plays a foundational role in effective learning. It facilitates better understanding, adds retention of information, and also supports the development of higher order thinking skills. With the advancement of technology and the increasing integration of digital tools into education, students now have access to both traditional and digital note making methods. This literature review explores these methods in detail, analyzing their benefits, practices, limitations, and challenges. Additionally, it delves into students' perceptions and the impact of these note-making strategies on academic performance. So the goal is to provide a comprehensive understanding of how different types of note-making influences learning. All right, move to the next material. It is about making notes in education. So, before we dive into deeper understanding about this material, we need to know the definition and purpose, distinction between note making and note taking, and also the role of note making itself. Actually, I have a brief question for all the audiences here. So, it is about definition and purpose of making notes in education. So, what is in your mind? The definition of making notes, how you define the making notes in education. Yes. So I think we can continue to the explanation of this them, move to the definition and purpose of making notes in education. So, note making is the process of actively engaging with learning materials by summarizing, organizing, maybe paraphrasing, and reflecting on the information the person got. Unlike simple transcription, note making involves a cognitive transformation of the content, making it more personal and easier to remember. So, the primary goal of note making is to enhance understanding and retention by encouraging students to process information deeply and also critically. Then, next, the cognitive and educational role of note making itself is about note making plays a significant role in cognitive development and academic success. According to cognitive load theory, students can better manage and encode information when they actively reconstruct it. So, note making aids in the development of metacognitive skills such as planning, monitoring, and evaluating one's understanding. It helps students identify the key concepts, make connections between the ideas, and structure their thoughts correctly and coherently. This process not only reinforces memory but also improves analytical and problem solving skills, which are essential for academic achievement. Then we need to know what is the distinction between note making and note taking. Are they have same explanation or have same role, so on and so forth? So we need, I will explain it. C or third is about distinction between note making and note taking. While the terms are often used interchangeably, there is a fundamental difference between note taking and note making. Note taking usually refers to the act of recording information verbatim during lectures or readings, often passively. In contrast, note making is an active process where students reorganize and personalize the information. Note making typically involves summarizing content in one's own words, creating diagrams or mind maps, and synthesizing ideas from multiple sources. This distinction is crucial as note making tends to lead to deeper learning outcomes compared to mere note taking. But unfortunately, many previous research in the Google Scholar, Scopus, so on and so forth, are deeply explained about note taking rather than note making. All right, move to the next material. It is about traditional note making methods. So, in this traditional note making methods, there will be three parts. The first one is about handwritten note techniques, second one is about the benefits of handwritten itself, and the last is about limitation and challenges. Okay, let's move into the first part of traditional note making method. It is handwritten note techniques. So traditional note making involves writing notes by hand using methods such as kernel method, linear outline, and also mind mapping. Let's explain it, or let's understand these techniques one by one. Begin with the kernel method. So, kernel method is a structured way to take and review notes developed at Cornell University. It divides the note page into three sections. The first is Q column, usually put it in the left of the paper. It consists of keywords, question, or main ideas. The second part is note-taking area, usually put it in the right of paper, consists of detailed notes during the lecture or reading. And the last is summary. It consists of a short summary of the page's content and usually put it in the bottom of paper. And the benefit itself to encourage active review and helps organize information for easier studying and retention and also to overcome your bored. And then the second technique is linear outline. A linear outline is a traditional and organized way of note making or planning that uses a hierarchical structure. So, as well, kernel method linear outline has three sections. It is main ideas. So, main ideas are listed using Roman numerals, and the second section is subpoints usually use capital letters such A, B, and C. And then the third section is further details. So further details go under numbers 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. All right, so the example of linear outline, like the first number of Roman is introduction, and below the introduction, it is point A. It is about background information, B, thesis statement, and then the second Roman is about body paragraph 1. So the body paragraph 1 will consist of two parts. For example, it is A, topic sentence, and B, supporting details. For the benefit of linear outline itself is great for structuring essays, lectures, and also long text in a clear and logical order. Okay, and then the last technique in handwritten note techniques is mind mapping. So, mind mapping is a visual note taking or note making method where ideas are connected in a diagram. So, it is suitable for all of you who likes visual organization. In mind mapping, it has three sections as well: kernel method and linear outline. start with a central idea in the middle, branch out into main topics, and each branch can have sub branches for details or related ideas. So the mind mapping looks like a tree or web of ideas. The benefit of mind mapping itself to enhance creativity and helps visualize relationships between the ideas, ideal for brainstorming and planning. Let's take a look into benefits of handwritten note making. So in this slide, I provide three benefits of handwritten note making. The first one is improved memory retention. Writing by hand engages the brain more actively, helping the students process and remember information better than typing. The second one, improve creativity and idea generation. So, the tactile nature of handwriting can stimulate creativity and free thinking of students. The last one is about better understanding. So, students more likely to summarize and rephrase the concept in their own words when writing by hand, in which it deepens comprehension. Okay, despite its benefits, traditional note making comes with certain challenges. Here are some limitations and challenges of handwritten note making. The first one is time consuming. Writing by hand is slower than typing, in which can make it hard to keep up with fast-paced lectures or meetings. The second one is difficult to edit or reorganize. So rearranging or updating handwritten notes can be messy and also inconvenient compared to digital notes. And then the last one is legibility problems. So it is about poor handwriting can make it difficult to read or review notes later. Okay, move to the digital note making methods. So, before we dive into benefits and challenges of digital note making methods itself, I need to do some overview for the definition digital note making methods. So, digital note making involves using technology to create, organize, and also store the students' notes. Popular digital tools include Evernote, OneNote, Notion, Google Keep, and Apple Notes. These platforms offer a wide range of features such as voice recording, tagging, hyperlinking, and also cloud synchronization. Many of them support collaborative note making, allowing students to share and also edit their notes in real time. The integration of multimedia elements such as images, videos, and audio clips enhances the learning experience and caters to diverse learning styles. Okay, after overview the definition and also goals for digital note making methods, let's take a look into benefits and challenges of digital note making methods itself. First of all, I will explain more about the benefits of digital note making methods. First one is it faster input. So typing is generally quicker than writing by hand, helping the students capture information during fast-paced session. And then second one is easy editing and organization. Digital notes can be quickly edited, reorganized, color-coded, or tagged for better structure and clarity rather than traditional note-making methods. The last benefit is about searchability. So, students can instantly search for keywords across all notes, saving time when reviewing and also revising. And then limitation and challenges of digital note-making methods are first, distractions. So digital devices often come with notification or temptations such as social media or games that can interrupt students' focus. And then second one is about over reliance on typing. Fast typing may lead to passive note-making, for instance, transcribing word for word, rather than active engagement with the material. And the last one is technical issues. Device malfunctions, software glitches, or battery failures can disrupt access to nodes or cause data loss if not picked up. Okay. Okay, finally, I will explain the last material of this literature-based paper. So it is about comparison of traditional and digital note making. The first one is about student perceptions and preferences. Student preferences for note making methods vary widely based on individual learning styles and experiences. Some students prefer handwritten notes due to the tactile experience and enhanced focus, while others appreciate the organization and efficiency of digital tools itself. Bowie and Friend 2013 found that while digital note making was favored for convenience, students acknowledged that handwriting improved their understanding and recall. Hybrid approaches, where students use both methods depending on the context, are increasingly popular. And then second part is about effects on academic performance and retention. Comparative studies on academic outcomes reveal mixed findings. Mueller and Oppenheimer demonstrated that handwritten notes foster better conceptual understanding because students are less likely to copy information verbatim. In contrast, digital notes are advantageous for reviewing large amounts of information quickly, making them effective for fact based learning. The effectiveness of each method often depends on the type of content, assessment format, and also the student's ability to engage actively with the material. And the last part is about contextual or situational suitability. The suitability of note-making methods depends on various situational factors. Traditional handwritten notes are more effective in situations where deep understanding and critical thinking are required for students. They are particularly useful during lectures or when studying theoretical content. Digital notes are ideal in contexts that require information management, group collaboration, or access to multimedia resources. For instance, in project-based or interdisciplinary courses, digital tools offer functionalities that support integration and coordination across topics. All right, so from the explanation, I would like to conclude the content of this literature-based paper. Both traditional and digital note-making methods have their unique strengths and also limitations. Traditional handwritten notes promote focus, comprehension, and retention through active engagement. Digital tools, on the other hand, offer flexibility, convenience, and also enhanced organization. Educators should consider incorporating both methods into their teaching strategies to accommodate diverse learners' preferences, encouraging students to experiment with different approaches and adopt a hybrid strategy may lead to more effective learning outcomes. Future research should explore how blended note-making practices can be optimized across various educational contexts and learner demographics. So that's all from me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.